Man, I love a breakfast burrito. Hold on, take a bite. Wow. That's great.
About to leave, already packing. Come with me, I'm not really asking. We'll get away to a place where we don't know.
All right, let's dive in. Hello, hello, happy new year, happy 2026 from my living room. This isn't what you guys are used to seeing. You're used to vlogs, you're used to me being, honestly still in the house. I was gonna say out and about, but let's be real, y'all know I work for myself. I work from home most of the time. So a lot of my vlogs, unless there's like a big week coming, it's mainly me working from home and going to the gym. And so for 2026, I just entered the year feeling like I had some things to say, and I wanted to switch up the format of my YouTube a little bit. We'll still have vlogs will still be coming, but I want one video a month to at least just be like a sit down chat. If you guys actually look at the other side of the camera, my apartment is actually a mess. I have not unpacked. It's January 3rd, and I have not reset my apartment and deep cleaned every corner and organized and done all of that. And if you haven't done all that either, then I see you. But I have some notes, and I have a cortado and a breakfast burrito. And if you know me, you know I love a cortado, I love a breakfast burrito, and I love to chat. So we're gonna do that today. First off, shout out to this burrito spot. I forget the name of it. I'll put it on the screen. Down the street, East Village. It's like I think it's actually called like Best Breakfast Burrito or something like that. I got it for the first time yesterday. It's good. It's definitely my top three. My top two breakfast burritos in the neighborhood would be Mud Coffee and this one spot that's a few blocks away from me. I think it's called like East Village Crepe something. I don't know. They have like an insane menu with like crepes and sandwiches and a ton of stuff, and breakfast burritos is on there, and I think it's amazing. So anyways, happy new year, happy 2026, you guys. It's January 3rd, like I said, and I want to talk a little bit about, honestly, the reality of discipline, habits, goal setting, all of that, because I know we're all in, it's that time of year where we're going to be making our vision boards and, thinking of what we want out of 2026 and what we want to change about ourselves and all of those things. And I am kind of entering this year in a more realistic way. And what I mean by that is I don't mean I'm not doing a vision board. I have a Pinterest board. That's my vision board for the year. And like I have been thinking of goals and things that I want out of this year. I just think it's really common to think of a ton of goals for myself and put this pressure on myself for perfectionism. And I kind of want to dive into that today. And I want to dive into just comparison on social media and a lot of these people creating content around their reset. And you know me, I love to do a Sunday reset video. But I also want to tell you that it's okay if you didn't reset your entire apartment, wake up at 5 a.m., drink your green juice, eat healthy, and hit all your goals. It's January 1st. Like it's fine. Like you're a human being. And I think sometimes with the pressure of social media, we think we need to be perfect all of the time and not realize that discipline is a muscle. It's not something you're born with. It's not something you just wake up one day and feel. You actively have to build discipline, and I'll touch on that in a second. And habits take time, and you're a human, and you're not perfect, and it's fine. It's literally so fine. Like, I will honestly show you guys my apartment around me to show you that, like, it's fine if you have a messy apartment January 1st. Like you will clean it. It will get done. And this is not saying like, oh, you have your whole life to do something to push off goals. That's not what I'm saying, because you need to get yourself done. You need to build a discipline. You need to build the habits. I'm saying that you need to have grace for yourself and not expect to have an Instagram perfect life January 1st. So let's dive in. I want to talk about vision board because I'm just feeling a little bit different about my vision board this year than I have in the past. And I think like for me, I'm such like an aesthetic visual person, and I love my vision board to just look beautiful. Like I have my vision board from 2025, and it's a lot of wedding stuff because I got married last year, but it's also honestly like green juices and these beautiful, perfect plates of food that have all these colors on them and like people working out, and like it's just like a really pretty thing to look at. Now, I'm not going to say it didn't work because I do believe writing your goals down is so important. I am living proof that writing down your goals and looking at them every day works. Back in 2018, when I was in college, 2017, 2018, no, 2016, 2017. Wow, I'm forgetting when I was in college. I always wanted to live in New York City. Always from when I was a kid. And then I finally started to learn more about like goals and writing goals down. I didn't necessarily have a vision board, but I would just write them down on a note card and I would hang them on my wall. My college roommate can attest to this because I had so many goals on my goal wall, and I had things like move to New York City. I had things like, I want to marry a man of God. I want to, do a road trip out west. And writing those things down, they actually happen. I'm now sitting in my own apartment in Manhattan. It took me a minute to get here. The fact that I am living in Manhattan, married to just an amazing man, a man of God, a guy who's just so strong in his faith and is just like the perfect person for me. I feel like we fit so well. Like that is just such a testament to God, and also like writing my goals out and reminding myself what I want. The whole point of like writing your goals down and seeing them every day is just, it reminds you of like that's what you're working towards. You want to put your goals on paper, get them out of your mind, and stop just thinking about what you want one day. Write it down and put it on a wall. Now, the reason that the vision board and the aesthetic and the visuals of everything, I feel like my vision board looks different this year is because I feel like it's not so like aesthetic and green juice and all of that stuff. I think it's more realistic. I think sometimes when you get so aesthetic with your vision board and you want a million things, you can tend to fall off after the new year, like come February, like when that new year hype is gone, like what can we do to keep our momentum and our goals and our habits that we're building in January, February, March, April, and all the way through the year? I think sometimes we just build these aesthetic, boards and we create our content, and then February comes, March comes, and we fade away from it. I want to keep goals that I keep working on throughout the year. I want to keep working on myself throughout the year. I want to keep building and growing, and write your goals down. Obviously write your goals down, but don't worry about making it a crazy aesthetic vision board. If you want to, cool. If you have fun with that, amazing. But for me, my vision board this year just had a lot of words on it and like personal things. My first thing I want to work on is my finances. I want to get out of debt. I have student loan debt still. I want to knock out debt, and I want to continue to grow in my relationship with God and continue to grow in my marriage. Those are my things I want to work on. In the past, it was really common for me to have like tons and tons of stuff. I want to be fit. I want to have abs. I want to do this. I want to do that. I want to do all these things. And I think I have to realize that I think the biggest thing I realized is stuff takes time. You make a vision board for 2026. It doesn't mean all your goals are going to be hit by December. It might mean that you're building habits throughout this year, and in 2028, 2029, you are seeing the benefits from that. A lot of the stuff that I have now, the mindset, the discipline, the habits, is stuff that 19, 20-year-old Bianca was like working on and struggling with and trying to build discipline and failing. I remember I would try to go to the gym and I would be like, I want to go to the gym every day this week, and I maybe would go for 20 minutes one day. I sucked at working out. I sucked at eating healthy. I sucked at having a morning routine, a night routine. I just kind of sucked at all of it. Like I was so obsessed with work that I would work crazy hours. I would barely sleep. I would feed myself whatever I could order on Uber Eats that would deliver to the office, and I just had no routine, and my emotions were crazy. I was reacting to everything, and I had no control over myself because I had no routine and no discipline. And I think it's easy to look on the internet and be like, oh my gosh, every other person's so disciplined. Everyone else has this perfect morning routine, perfect night routine. Why do I suck? You don't suck. We all, a lot of times we're not showing the nights that we might not be doing our routine, or the meals that aren't the perfect aesthetic, or the days we're not going to the gym, we're only showing the opposite. But also, that stuff takes time. I kept trying to go to the gym. I kept trying to make a morning and night routine. I kept trying. And over the years, it slowly started to get easier. It wasn't just I'm automatically going to the gym every day. Oh, I'm waking up at 5 a.m. I'm, doing all these things. I still struggled. I cannot wake up at 5 a.m. right now. I would love to be a 5 a.m. girl. I am not there yet. I am like a 6:30 to 7:30, depending on the day. And so my point being, though, is that stuff took time. I'm 27 now. I'm going to be 28 this year. And I'm just now finding it's easier for me to go to the gym after, 8 years of making myself go to the gym and failing and trying again and failing, it slowly got easier to make the gym an easy part of my routine. The same thing with the morning routine, the same thing with the night routine, the same thing with even reading more and getting into the Bible and getting into the word more. Like, it took time and it took discipline because there's so many other things that want to take our attention, and you just have to kind of reset and remind yourself, again, that's where the goals on the vision board and the goal wall are important, to have a few attainable things of like, this is what I want to be, this is what I want to work towards, this is what I want to see. So again, I'm not saying vision boards are bad. I'm not saying you shouldn't be making your vision board. I'm making my vision board. What I'm saying is showing yourself grace, and don't expect this perfect, beautiful, aesthetic, polished life to come out of it by just hanging it up, and you don't expect to be that person by, the end of January. It takes time. You have to have the delayed gratification for anything in life. If you want something real and important and to make a difference and to have a change in yourself, you have to be okay with the delayed gratification. When it comes to the gym and wanting to change your body, delayed gratification. Building wealth, delayed gratification. Building a brand, a business, it's all delayed gratification. And guys, I'm speaking this to myself too. I have to remind myself this because it's January 3rd and I kind of felt pressure to have my whole life figured out by January 1st. I don't know why, but I felt like I needed to deep clean my apartment, try on all my clothes, declutter, like go through my closet, have my business plan figured out because I'm diving more into my business this year and I want to scale that and diving more into like my goals. And I felt like I had to have everything figured out so that when January 1st came, clock strikes midnight, I'm going. And it's crazy because we go from Thanksgiving, the holiday season, of like this time where we're relaxed, we're with family, where there's the sweet treats, we're a little bit off our routine, to all of a sudden we're expected to be like at midnight back on it, back on the like, all right, get to the gym, do this, this, and this. And like, again, I'm not saying it's bad if you're that person, but I also think if you're not that and you take some time to like ease back into your routines and you want to like show yourself some grace with it. Maybe you're just going for a walk right away. Maybe you're not hitting the gym every day, January 1st. Maybe you're going twice a week and you're going for walks. Like, I just want you to be able to show yourself grace, but also understand the reality of building habits and building discipline takes time. And also, I want you to stop comparing yourself to other people online. Stop comparing yourself and thinking that the person you're looking at is perfect, so you need to be perfect. I promise you, they're not perfect, you're not perfect, and there's no need to be perfect. The only perfect thing in this life is Jesus. And honestly, like, if you're a Christian, you just have to know that like God has a plan for you. So when you are looking left and right and on people on social media and comparing their life to your life, like, God has a plan for your life, and you just have to continue to be a good steward of what he has given you, and he will continue to give you more. You got the finances from him. Steward your finances well, and he will bless you with more. You have your health. Take care of your body. Steward your health well, and he will continue to bless you in that. And so, anyways, this is just my random thought, my mind's headspace, because I feel like it's so easy for me to want to hop on the bandwagon of filming a reset of 2026 reset video, deep cleaning my apartment and making my perfectly healthy meals. But that just was not me this year. I was working, I was with family, I was traveling, and by the time I got to New York, I had to start working again, and I haven't unpacked. And I just felt like I was seeing a lot of like this like reset and goals and vision boards. And I think goals and vision boards are so important, but I think it's important to understand that they take time. And I think sometimes social media can make it seem like we have to be our exact vision board by December of 2026. And that's just not the case, because anything worthwhile takes time. You might have your perfect body 3, 4, 5 years from now. Fitness takes time. Last year, I lost about 12 pounds. I'm so happy with my body. I'm so happy with the progress I made last year, but I'm not where I want to be yet because it takes time. And so if you get anything out of this, I want you to go and write your goals down and make your vision board, but be realistic with yourself, be honest with yourself, and show yourself grace. What is realistic to you and how can you build on that? Because again, discipline is a muscle. You slowly have to build it. It's not going to be overnight. And so that's pretty much it, you guys. I just needed to say that because I was voice memoing with Katie yesterday, and we were talking about like the New Year's Eve concept of how we're both just kind of feeling like like we're so excited for 2026, but also at the same time, like we can feel this pressure to have your life figured out. And especially when you're in your 20s, you are not going to have your life figured out. Who knows if you ever actually have your life figured out, but you just got to keep trying, write the goals down, but show yourself grace, and things take time. So anyways, that is all for today. I want to do more of these chat type videos because it's so fun for me, and more videos will be coming, more vlogs. And if your goal this year was to create content, create the content. Don't give up on yourself. Just show yourself grace and don't compare. You are on your own path. And yeah, that's all. Love you guys.